And here is an interesting article from Silver Doctors. And this is the one you're going to say, boy, how ironic for old JSnip4 to come out here and even do a video on this when he's running full steam ahead, quite possibly days, week, 2 weeks away from buying a house in what appears to be the all-time high or near the all-time high in some areas, whatever. Housing again, housing bubble 2.0 is here. It's at the top. It's going to burst. Why don't you freaking wait and capitalize on a lower costing house? Well, as I said, it's the only house on the face of the earth we're willing to jump on right now. And I was meant to say this in my original video. I was talking about Cliff High and all that. I forgot to say it, but his remarks to me, Joe, get that house. Jump on it. Go for it. Do it. Cliff High, love you. If it falls through for some reason, as I said, not in a hurry anymore to get a house. I think I might just wait for Housing Bubble Collapse 2.0, because at that point, then we're just going to pick look at all these houses, which one do we like the best? But if this house was listed, there wouldn't even be any looking in this way. Oh, whoa. Like a magnet snapping your neck made of metal. Woof. That's the one. End of discussion, right? That's why I'm doing this. But I am Realist News. And I'll keep it real. Even if I talk about this, Joe, you're not even doing what we thought everyone would do, would wait for the housing market. You see the numbers. You do the videos every day. What are you doing? Again, I just made $93,000 off a $5,000 something investment on freaking cryptocurrencies, which exist out in the internet. You can't even hold them and touch them. And that's going to make a nice down payment on the house. Okay. It's still quite a bit lower than it sold for in 2006. Okay. And what they've done to this house, thinking they could flip it for $700,000 or $800,000. No. Wrong. And they come down month after month. Huge numbers. Huge numbers. Whoa. Finally, it's within grasp, so we're jumping on it. But I gotta read what I gotta read, because this is still truth here, and that's what I'm about, right? Silver Doctors. And it's been a little while since I mentioned the little bonus. SDBullion.com is the same as Silver Doctors. That's their bullion business. And they have a link for my subscribers to go to where you can get a 10-ounce Proclaim Liberty silver bar at spot price. I don't know if you've seen spot price. $16.54 as I'm talking right now for silver. If you don't have any silver or whatever, you need to get up on there. The bottom of my description box in this video, somewhere at the bottom, it says the link there, and it's sdbullion.com/jsnip4. If you click that, it'll take you right to the page, etc. They put that up for my subscribers. It's great. I wish I could fake them out every day and get give me a new 10-ounce bar spot price, please. But that would be wrong. Taking advantage of a JSnip4 about that. But anyways, if you want to capitalize, if you've got some cryptos and you've been flipping them into profit, take some freaking profit and buy something tangible like precious metals. Anyways, here we go. The housing market bubble is popping. Dave Kranzler, I read a lot of his stuff, right? Investment researchdynamics.com. This report contains some eyebrow-raising results. As with all other highly manipulated data, the financial media has a blind bias towards the bullish story attached to the housing market. Understandable, as the National Association of Realtors spends more on special interest lobbying in Congress than any other financial sector lobby interest, including Wall Street banks. I'll be honest, I didn't know they were bigger. There's a bigger lobby going on, lobbyist, whatever. A bigger lobbyer than Wall Street? Housing, baby. New home sales were down last month, according to the Census Bureau, 11.3%, and missed Wall Street's soothsayer estimates by a rural mile. strange, that report, given the new home builder sentiment is bubbling along at record highs. Existing home sales were down 2.3%. You'll notice that the numbers reported by the Census Bureau and NAR are SAAR, seasonally adjusted annualized rates. There is considerable room for data manipulation and regression model bias when a monthly data sample is seasonally adjusted / manipulated and then annualized. You'll also note that mortgage rates have dropped considerably from their December highs, and May is one of the seasonally strongest months for home sales. It's becoming pretty clear to me that the housing market's Roman candle has lost its upward thrust and is poised to fall back to earth. I believe it could happen shockingly fast. Fannie Mae released its Home Purchase Sentiment Index, which FNM says is the most detailed of its kind. The report contains some eyebrow-raising results. My mouth almost wanted to say riffraff. Eyebrow riffraff. Whoa. Snap out of it, J-Snip. If you're able to move soon, you ain't got no riffraff over there. Let me tell you, we've looked at it twice now. Peace and quiet. Beautiful neighbors, all have, upscale houses, if you know what I mean. Ain't no HUD stepping in over there. Oh, you can rent the riffraff. No, sir. Anyways, the report contained some eyebrow-raising results. The percentage of Americans who say it's a good time to buy a home, net of those who say it's a bad time to buy a home, fell 8% to 27%, a record low for the survey. At the same time, the percentage of those who say it's a good time to sell, net of those who say it's a bad time to sell, rose 30 to 32%. Also, interestingly enough, a new survey high. In other words, homeowners on average are better sellers than buyers of homes relative to any time since Fannie Mae has been compiling these statistics, which is June 2010, when they started compiling. Currently, the prevailing propaganda promoted by the National Association of Realtors chief economist is that home sales are sagging because of low inventory. He's been all over this fairy tale like a dog in heat. The problem for him is that the narrative does not fit the actual data. Data compiled by the National Association of Realtors, thereby rendering it fake news. Love it. I don't need to show the graph. The graph above shows some inventory plotted against existing home sales from 1999 to 2015. Maybe you want to view. Who might have judged? Who might have judged my subscribers? You may want to see. Here you go. The graph above shows home inventory plotted against existing home sales from 1999 to 2015. Note, when I tried to update the graph to include current data, I discovered that the Fed had removed all existing home sale data prior to 2013. As you can see, up until Larry Yun decided to make stuff up about the factors which drive home sales, there is an inverse correlation between inventory and the level of home sales, i.e. low inventory equals rising sales and vice versa. I'm not making this up. It's displayed right there in the data that used to be accessible to the St. Louis Fed website. Furthermore, if you follow the money, in terms of new home builder, new housing starts, you'll discover that housing starts have dropped 3 months in a row. Maybe J-Snip can stimulate that economy. He's about to potentially, right? And I mean, it's pretty close on this house. I may stimulate that economy. Fed and data gatherers, National Realtors Association. There might be one sale coming up here shortly. I don't know about any others, but there's going to be one for sure, I think, Furthermore, if you follow the money in terms of new home builder, new housing starts, you'll discover that housing starts have dropped 3 months in a row. The last time this occurred was June 2008. Oh, quick. Look surprised. If low inventory is the cause of sagging home sales, as Larry Yun would like you to believe, then how come new home builders are starting less homes? If there's a true shortage of homes, home builders should be starting as many new units as they can as rapidly as possible. Although the Dow Jones Home Construction Index is near a 52-week high, it's still 40% below its all-time high, hit in 2005. Undoubtedly, it's being dragged reluctantly higher by the S&P 500, the Dow, NASDAQ, and Tesla. Despite this, I presented a home builder short idea to subscribers of the Short Sellers Journal that is down 13.6% since I presented it May 19th. It's been down as much as 24%, 24.2 in that time period. It is headed to $7 or lower, likely before Christmas. I also presented another not well followed idea that could easily get cut in half by the end of the year. The next issue of the Short Sellers Journal will focus on the housing market. I'll discuss housing market data that tends to get covered up by the Wall Street or Wall Street in the media. I have been collecting some compelling data to support the argument that the housing market is rolling over. You can find out more about that subscribing here to his Short Sellers Journal info. Again, this is investmentresearchdynamics.com. In the latest issue released yesterday, I also reviewed Amazon's takeover of Whole Foods. I just read it, and the analysis on Amazon is awesome. This has the potential to be the short of the year when the hype wanes and reality sets in. Subscriber Andreas. So one comment here. I'll be glad when the wheels fall off this bandwagon. When I first moved to Portland, my apartment on Burnside in Trinity was $465 a month. It's over $1,200 now. I don't live there anymore. I'm still in the neighborhood. The only thing that doesn't go up in this economic environment is the average Joe's wages. No wonder you got so many grown-ups living with mom and dad. So pop already. You know, pop the bubble, so pop already. You know, so many grown-ups, meaning the kids who are growing up should be out starting a family. No, I'm living with my mom and dad. Another thing you see these days is the opposite. Mom and dad living with junior or you know, daughter. And like I said, my mom lives with my sister. She lives with my sister. She could never, not even kind of, afford to live on her own anywhere, quite possibly even with government super duper Section 8 HUD help, to be honest with you. Electric bill, water bill, cable. Oh, she's done. My dad, on the other hand, is able to survive on his own. He's renting in a part of a house that was converted into an apartment with a guy he calls the old man. He's like, I think he's around 80, 82, 80 something. Fixes lawnmowers. That's what he's done all of his life. So he doesn't need the money, but it just keeps him busy. I'm talking about the old man. And dad's like, man, we're on 2-3 acres. He's got like 2-3 acres over here. Each neighbor has 2-3 acres. He said, but I do have a riffraff story for you. He's telling me this the other day. I got a riffraff story for you. Really? You got a riffraff story for me? Because I usually have the one with the riffraff stories right now. You know, I got a good one for you. Neighbors moved in. So we were over on Father's Day. I went to visit my papa. We went out to ABC Pizza in Plant City, and it was horrible. But Dad, this house, you know, the house, you want to go see it? It's not too far from where you live. You know, little drive, not too bad. All right, why not? I'm not doing anything. So we went over there. But we got back. We had leftovers. Believe me, we had plenty of leftovers from that place. It was not good. They got goats, they got chickens, and they know my dad. My dad throws food and stuff. They eat it all. And apparently the people there don't really feed them. It's like we have farm animals. We got chickens and we've got goats. We're just let them do what they do. Maybe they eat bugs and grass and whatever. And we're going to get rabbits. We want rabbits too. We're doing the farm thing. These people come in, have no idea what they're doing. We're going to do the farm thing. And they've got like chain link fence, a small area. I'm going to say probably 20 by 15, I think. Maybe 30 by 20, just somewhere in that neighborhood. And rabbits do dig, okay? You have a chain link fence. And they put like little rock brick looking things all around the chain link fence. Ask me if the rabbits have escaped. Yes, they have. And my dad, who's growing a garden, and the other neighbor on the other side of my dad's place, has like beautiful imported, like plants and shrubbery and just beautiful, keeps his stuff manicured nicely, beautiful. The rabbits are cleaning house. My dad put a little cage around some of his things to try to stop them. The little garden he's got going, which it's already summertime. It's too late. It's done. In Florida, you're not growing stuff practically, any real fruits or vegetables for the most part. It's too hot now. So whatever. So they're devouring everything in sight. They're not over on their side of the property. The babies have grown up a little bit. They're having babies. This is like the Jason at 4 peacock story I used to tell you, where I used to live, where they're breeding out of control. The neighbors are feeding them. Everyone, except this is rabbits. You know how fast rabbits breed. Oh my God. And he's like, oh yeah, when you come over, I'll show you where they hang out. That shed over there. You probably see a few under there right now. Over there, there's some. The car you gave me, the old Crown Vic, there's probably a couple under there. So my kids, oh, look at the little white bunny. They're loving it. They're down there trying to feed it. My dad had these little carrots growing in the ground. Obviously growing in the ground because that's where carrots grow. I don't know why I said that. Pulls them out. Here, kids, just pull them out of the ground. Oh, cool. The kids loving it. Go over there. They put it in front of the rabbit. The rabbit runs away. They leave. It comes back, starts eating it. Oh, yeah. So I said, so these rabbits are now all over the place. They're not in that little environment. They're free. Yeah. And rabbits are going to do what rabbits do. Yeah. So they're about to explode in population, because when you have the mom and dad and they have babies, and the mom and dad keep having babies, of course, and then the babies get a little, it only takes a few weeks, I think, then they start having babies. How many of those babies are going to have babies? These people aren't feeding these animals. They're not doing it. They don't know what they're doing. So even in the country, like I told you the other day, even in the country, there's riffraff wherever you go. They had to fix the fence. The goat got over the fence, came over the yard, knocked the fence down. They got to fix the fence, even though it's not really their fence. It's the neighbor's fence. But since it's coming in, we got to fix the fence because we don't want them coming in. But the rabbits don't matter. They come in anyways. They're eating up everything. They're eating the neighbor's beautiful plants. He's flipping how. All because of some idiot who doesn't know what the hell they're doing. Move out to the country and we're going to start a farm. Listen, even Jason at 4, who's not a farmer, could go out there and make it work. Why? Because I will be doing all the research in the world, watching YouTube videos, listening to other people, asking questions. Hey, these people, you've had them up. How do you do it? What do you kind of enclosure? I'd be asking all the questions. These people, we get a few animals. And what did she tell my dad? He's like, the lady has no clue. So he's like, first they got the chickens, then they got the goats, then they got the rabbits. Not taking care of any of them. And I'm like, why you got these? Why'd you get the rabbits? Oh, we just love rabbits. We just love rabbits. Okay, they're out of control. Now get ready for coyotes or foxes. They're going to come in, of course, bobcats potentially, and they're going to go feast. They're going to feast on rabbits, for sure. But riffraff is everywhere. So the part of the story is the house I keep telling you about that we really want, we're trying to make happen, and it's this close to happening. We've already been there a couple times. See the neighbor houses. This is the prime Jason at 4. Where would you like to live for the rest of your life and not have to deal with this, not have to deal with that, not have to deal with this? This is that spot. This is it. So I'm hoping, again, this all works out, and I'll never, ever, ever have a riffraff story for you. Quite possibly ever again, unless my dad updates me. Because remember, some of you guys, you remember Jabroni? I was this close to asking him when I was there this weekend. Like, whatever happened with Jabroni? Jabroni came over, the original story of Jabroni, comes on the old man's property, brings this dumpy trailer thing over there. I'm just, I'm going to help you fix the lawnmowers, and we're going to, work with you, and that'll be how I help pay rent and stuff. And doesn't pay rent, hooks up to his electricity, hooks up to his water, is doing his own thing on the side. You need something from the old man, I'm just gonna go in his tool shed, take what I want, go in his garage, take the tools I need. He's not contributing to the old man at all. He's trying to take my dad, you got Wi-Fi? Well, it's really the old man's Wi-Fi. I want to get Wi-Fi out here to my trailer. What can we do to, can you run a line from your house to my house so I can get internet out here too? No, I'm not gonna do that. Not running lines out there, it's just not gonna work. And the router, the Wi-Fi router is inside the old man's house. I'm right next to him because it's part of the same house. You are in a trailer and it's got that siding that blocks the signal very strongly. So, you know, I don't know. And somebody remember the Jabroni story. So I didn't ask him, but he says, oh, by the way, Jabroni was here a few days ago. And he said he stopped by the old man. He wants to help, you know, he needs some help fixing a lawnmower. So talking to the old man again. He wants to help him, help him fix lawnmowers again. He says, the jabronis out there, that's how jabronis work. Again, riffraff. They come in with one little thing. Oh, hey, I'm here just for temporary. I just got to ask you something. And the next thing you know, they're freaking moving in. Although I don't think old man's falling for it this time. He's like, yeah, jabroni, no thanks. Don't miss him at all. So, you should have seen the guy. You should have seen him. You would have probably thought he was like homeless. Nope. The way he always looks. Chooses to look that way. But, whatever. Little bonus at the end of the video for you. A little riffraff story. You know, gotta always throw it. When there's a riffraff story, you gotta throw it in. You gotta. And because I'm on that subject, kids are outside playing. A couple more inside, I think. One of their friends or something. And I see little riffraff outside. They're all playing. It's cool. Go ahead and play. Again, I'm not going to give you his real name. Daddy, Mommy Riffraff wants to know if he can ride on that thing, a little toy thing. No, honey, you know the rule. He's never allowed to ride on our stuff because he damages it. He doesn't take care of it. Throws it. We already warned him he can't ride our stuff because he's done it again, you know. Okay. So then Emily comes in and all three of them come in. They're kids. The daughter can, and the older brother can. You guys can, sure, absolutely. The little riffraff's not coming in. Why not? You know why not. He's not coming in. No thanks. The little riffraff goes home and tells mom and dad they're allowed in, but I'm not. Okay, go tell them they got to come outside. They're two brother and sister. Come outside if you're not allowed in. Guys, we love you. Sorry, you're gonna have to go outside. See ya. They went outside. But they were playing for a little bit, all of them. Then Emily comes in, my kid, and just momentarily she tells Riffraff, "I'll be right back." He's practically right behind her as she's walking through the door. So she closed the door. He's standing there, and it's a big giant glass door. You know, it's kind of, you got to kind of do this to look through, but you can see, you know, it's like one of these big glass, middle part's big glass, you know, front door. Talking about our house. And ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding. Emily, open the door. Riffraff, get in here. Come in. Take a step inside. No, I'm not allowed inside. Riffraff, get inside the house. Take one step in here. I need to talk to you. No, I'm not allowed in the house. Listen to me. Stop ringing my doorbell. I've already asked you this before. Stop ringing my doorbell over and over. You shouldn't have even knocked, and you shouldn't have even rung the doorbell. You saw Emily coming in. She said she'll be right back. She hasn't been in here more than a few seconds, and you're knocking on the door and you're ringing the doorbell 40 times. Stop it. Okay. And I got the riffraff stare. Okay. That's riffraff. I've already told you before. Don't do it. You've done it before, and I've been very nice about it. Hey, listen, ring the doorbell once. If you knock, that's fine. But really ring the doorbell, because we'll hear that upstairs. The kids will hear that. They may not hear the knock. Just ring the doorbell. And wait. Don't ring it 3 or 4 times. Just wait a minute. Okay. All right, cool. Today? Literally, today. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding. You little bastard. Stop that. So, Dear Heavenly Father, I'd like to say a little prayer for myself, Jason Moore, and family. I'd really appreciate it if you could make this house happen. No problems. 60, 90-day closing goes through smooth. We have a big, nice housewarming, and start doing my videos from there, and love and life. You know, say a little prayer for me. Amen. Appreciate that. I'm out. Take care.